In a Catholic shrine revered as a place of healing, centuries of wrongs quickly came into sharp focus. Catching the Pope's eye at the start of Holy Mass, a banner demanding Francis rescind the Doctrine of Discovery. In other words, quash the 15th century papal decrees that spurred colonization.
We're very mindful to just be respectful in that way, but we could hear our own people like cheering us on.
Serene Fox and Chelsea Brunel planned the protest, knowing residential school survivors would be watching.
It's our responsibility as the young people, as their descendants, their legacy keepers, to continue the fight.
For survivors and families inside Saint-Anne-de-Beaupré Basilica and thousands more outside, it was a day of mixed emotion.
It may bring them some closure, but hopefully will bring them some peace.
Many having to reconcile their church's history with their own Indigenous identity, like Olivia and Yolanda Munoz, whose devout grandfather was stripped of his Mohawk culture in residential school.
For him, for all of us to be here, it'd be coming home. We felt his pain. We lived his pain.
Quebec Catholics gathered in the capital to watch the Mass, even take communion outdoors, though at a site meant for tens of thousands, crowds dwindled. This Montreal movie theater showed the Mass live on 2 screens, after initially reserving 16 more.
I didn't really want to come and listen to the Pope's apology. Hey, in Edmonton, he failed big time, eh?
Paul Dixon didn't come to listen but to be heard about his 10 years spent in residential schools, about the church's inaction.
They found child graves in the residential fields where they once played and yelled. That's why I'm here.
Back in Quebec City, the Pope addressed the clergy, acknowledging for the first time on this trip past sexual abuse by church members in Canada.
I think in particular of the sexual abuse against minors and vulnerable people. Crimes that require firm action and an irreversible commitment.
Pointing the finger to individuals is too easy of a way out.
Outside the Basilica, that banner was raised again, a reminder of history and the damage yet to be undone.
And so, Thomas, the Pope has at times seemed to respond to some of the criticism that we've heard over the course of this trip. But late today, we heard from Canada's Catholic bishops. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, they were responding in part to that protest that we saw at the Mass today, specifically on the issue of that Doctrine of Discovery. Now, Canada's bishops are saying that they are working with the Vatican to issue a statement on that topic, and they say that they reject all ideas associated with the Doctrine of Discovery. That matter may very well come up as the Pope meets privately with some Indigenous leaders here in Quebec City, Andrew, tomorrow.
Okay, good to know. Thomas, thank you very much.
You're welcome.